Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a tipsy Q&A video. I have some alcohol. I'm going to get a bit tipsy. It's a Saturday, why not? And I put up a story over on my Instagram asking for questions about basically anything. It could be to do with my endometriosis, boob reduction, Disney, cabin crew, literally anything. And I had a few questions given to me. I'm going to answer them now and have a drink. So here's my glass. And I have these like passion fruit martini like cocktail can things. And I've also got a big bottle from M&S downstairs. So I think I'm good. Now these ones are okay, but the M&S ones are so good. They're not called porn star martinis, they're called I think like passion fruit martinis. They are so good, and the pina colada ones too. So the first question asked, what one universal ride would you want to do drunk? See, now I'm actually meant to be going back to Florida September, and that will be the first time that I have gone since being 21, so I would have actually been able to get drunk, and I was planning on actually getting a bit tipsy at Halloween Horror Nights. Now hopefully it will still go ahead, but if not I'll have to wait till next year. But when that happens, the ride I think I want to do drunk is, I don't think it'd be Rip Ride Rocket because I think I might hurl. I think the Mummy. I think the Mummy will be a good drunk ride because it's a roller coaster, but it's not too intense for a roller coaster, not like Rip Ride Rocket. My funniest memory from training or flying, so training is in my cabin crew training or flying. Okay, so I have actually a few really funny memories from training, but I don't think I should share them. One of them was, no, I can't say it. My girlies would know. Izzy, Mia, Ellie, Emma, you guys know the one I'm thinking about. I mean, one of the girlies may or may not have wet herself. But I don't think I can say. One funny memory was trying to, we actually made this like video for our wings day. And me and my bestie girls, we made like this flying video. I can't remember what the song is called, but we did like a flying video. And trying to get that right, it took some time. And that was really funny. A couple of things may have been broken in the room. Another really funny moment in training was when we were doing our water training. So like we were all in a pool and we had to try and we had to like swim like with life jacket, blah blah blah. They had to check you can swim a certain amount, and then we all had to try and get in a life raft. Some of the girls trying to get in, myself included, I honestly can't. I was crying with laughter, and we had to do this training at like 5 AM because the swimming pool was a public swimming pool, so obviously it opened up to the public at like I think like 7, so we had to be done for them. So yeah, we did it for 5 and oh my god. Okay, so talking about Izzy, she has told me to reenact We're Flying the Flag. That is the song that we did in our training, in our wings video, that we took hours to try and do a routine. To be honest, I can't really remember it. Sorry, Izzy. But let me have a look on my WhatsApps. So it went something like that. Here's another really funny moment. Two of my girls. I'm literally just going to And this is when we did the slide. Okay, Izzy sent another one. Do an impression of Mia, one of the girls in our group at training, of saying chips and gravy. Basically, I found this hilarious because these girlies are from like Leicester, so obviously they have a different accent to me. I'm from Hertfordshire, so yeah, different accent. The way they pronounce words I thought was hilarious, and they clearly thought I was hilarious too, the way I pronounce words. But she would go, chips and gravy, chips and gravy. When she first said that, I could not stop laughing. Now, it doesn't sound funny now, but it's one of the moments you have to be there. I was like, I'm like the only one in this like tiny little group that has like my accent. So I was like, wait, what? Chips and gravy? What? I might have a video of it. We literally thought it was hilarious and I would not stop saying it the whole time. My impersonation is chips and gravy. Because apparently chips and gravy is a thing. Who knew? So this is the bottle I'm talking about, M&S. This is the passion fruit martini bottle. This is £5, so super good. This is not just a passion fruit martini. This is an M&S. Oh, an M&S Passion Star Martini cocktail. My most embarrassing moment. I have it. My most embarrassing moment. Okay, so I was around, I must have been 18. Just started going out clubbing. Was at a nightclub with my friends, and basically there's like the main dance floor, and then there's like a couple of stairs, and then there's like this like back bit that has some like seating and like the bar, and I mean there's bars like on the big dance floor down the on like the main dance floor, but there was like a big bar at the back and it was always like quieter, so we were up there getting our drinks, getting our shots, and as I was holding my 2 drinks, because it's, you know, whenever you go to the bar you should always get 2 drinks because who can be always cute. So I had my 2 drinks, was walking down the stairs, and I was wearing these massive heels, massive. Don't know how I walked in them. Well, clearly I didn't, because what I'm about to tell you. Basically, I fell flat on my face trying to walk down these stairs. Fell on my face in the middle of a packed nightclub on the dance floor. My drinks obviously spilt out my hands, both of them. And also the boy that I was seeing at the time, he was there. So that was a great moment. Luckily everyone was drunk. My favourite Disney film and character. I'll give you 3 because I can't give like 1. So I've got Tangled, I have Finding Nemo, and I have The Little Mermaid. They are my 3 favourite Disney films. My favourite character is Rapunzel. Yeah, I just think she is really funny, ditzy and clumsy, and I feel like if someone was trying to hurt me, I'd be the person that hits them with a frying pan. Do you regret your boob reduction, and do you have any scars? Okay, no, I do not regret my boob reduction one bit. I actually have a video talking about everything to do with my boob reduction on my channel. I do have scars. Yeah, so like I said, I do have scars. I actually got an anchor incision. Is that what you call it? I'm not really too sure. So basically, they cut around my nipple, down and under. So I have scars in the shape of an anchor. They have definitely faded a lot. I had my reduction when I was 18. So for like a year I was putting oil on them. So that helped a lot. I don't really do it anymore. But they've definitely faded a lot over time. I think because I was young, so my skin was still quite like fresh. So it could heal easier. I also have 2 scars like just under my armpits, and that was from where my tubes were, that because I had tubes when I had my reduction. There's 2 types of reductions you can have. One is with tubes, one is without. Obviously you don't get to pick. I didn't pick, but I had to have tubes. I think it's because I had quite a lot taken out. and it's basically to like help drain out all like the excess like blood and stuff like that, and you have like bags connected to you that get emptied out a couple of times a day. How has your journey with endometriosis been? Can you talk through your journey? Yeah, so basically I didn't get diagnosed until I was around, I think, 19, around that age. So basically start from the beginning. I can do like a full endometriosis video if you guys want me to. If you have more questions about it or like what to look out for, blah blah blah, I can do a separate video, just let me know. But yeah, basically I started my period quite young. I was in year 6, so that's around I think like 11, 10. I knew it was young because none of my friends had got theirs yet, but I just thought maybe like I'm developing early because I was wearing a bra by then anyway. I didn't think too much of it. Every time I was on my period I would have excruciating pains, and when I say like bad period pains, I mean like I was on the floor like nearly passing out, crying my eyes out, like having to go to A&E pain. But I just assumed that's what happened, and yeah, I just thought maybe I shouldn't be troubling the doctors with this because every girl goes through this. That is what went through my head. And obviously I was young. I was quite embarrassed too, to be honest, because it's your period and it's normal. So I didn't want to sound like a wimp. So I kind of left it and left it and left it. The times that I started to go to the doctors like properly, because I knew something was a bit wrong, I was starting to get blood in my wee. That is something to look out for. Obviously if you're getting blood in your wee, it could be anything, so definitely go to your doctors because it's not healthy. And I was also bleeding through my knickers when I wasn't on my period. So I was like, okay, like something's up, I need to go to the doctors. So I was going to the doctors all the time and they kept telling me you've just got a urine infection. So I would take antibiotics like all the time, different antibiotics. I'd go there, get some, take them, and nothing helped. I just knew in my body that it wasn't right, and it wasn't a urine infection because I have urine infections all the time and I know what they're like and I can tell the difference. And if you are in that position, just be persistent, keep going, and say you know there's something wrong, because only you know your body. At the end of the day, no one else can tell you what it's like. So yeah, in the end we went there, me, my mum, and we were like, no, this isn't right, like we need something else done. So we had some cameras done. Nothing could really be found, but they were a bit like concerned because they couldn't see one of my ovaries, so they ended up giving me keyhole surgery. I had keyhole surgery, and that is when they found out I have endometriosis. And I'm not going to go into like exactly what it's like. If I do a separate video, I'll go like proper into detail about it. Yeah, so that's how they found out. Unfortunately there's no cure for it. If I make a video about it, it will help spread awareness and help girls know what to look out for, because on average it takes about 7 years to diagnose, which is crazy. I go to doctors all the time. I've just had an MRI like a few weeks ago for it. I have camera scans all the time, like internal camera scans. They are so uncomfortable, I can't even tell you. Any advice to help endometriosis that you have found? Okay, so nothing really helps. Well, things help with it, but nothing really takes it away completely, like the pain. The things that I do to personally help me, obviously everyone's different. Really hot baths help me, like to the point where I come out and I'm bright red. Hot water bottles obviously are comforting. I also have medication that's like prescribed to me, like codeine, cocodamol, like I have like tramadol and stuff like that. I have loads of stuff that's prescribed to me, which obviously I only take if the pain's really bad, so stuff like that helps. Obviously also your diet can trigger it, so sometimes like really fatty foods or like really greasy foods can trigger it, like dairy, stuff like that. So just be like cautious. Everyone's body is different. Alcohol also, I'm being a bit of a hypocrite right now. Alcohol I find really does trigger my pain. I'll find that I'll drink and then the next day I'm in really bad pain. So kind of obviously do it at your own risk. So I had to drink once in a while. I hardly ever drink anymore. I used to drink like crazy, but I don't really anymore, and that is really the reason. What's your favourite part about being cabin crew? Honestly, the best part about it is the people you meet, as in the people that I work with. I hardly ever work with the same people, and in that respect it's quite nice, because if you don't get along with someone, chances are you're not going to be working with them a lot. If you know you're working with someone you don't like, it's quite easy to do that shift because you know that you're not going to be with them every single shift. But on the downside to that is that obviously when you know that you're really good friends with someone that you work with, the chances are you're not going to work with them a lot. Like the girls that I trained with, I literally did probably like one flight with each of them last year, which that sucks, but most of the time everyone is lovely that I work with and we all have a laugh. And especially like the night shifts, because obviously all the passengers are asleep, so we have to try and entertain ourselves and stay awake. So them flights are the hardest, but they're also normally the funniest because you will go a bit delirious. That's probably the best part about it. How are you keeping contact with colleagues? I miss mine lots. So we have a Facebook page where literally like all the crew are on this Facebook page, and we all kind of just like put in random things every day, keep in contact. And then also the girls that I train with, we have a WhatsApp group and we are constantly on that talking. So yeah, I'm basically talking to someone that I work with every day. How painful was the recovery of your reduction, and did you get any infections? No, I didn't get any infections, thank God. And how painful was it? When I was in hospital, it really wasn't that painful, but I think that's because I was hooked up to morphine the whole time, so I was a bit out of it. The only time in hospital that it hurt was when they had to remove the tubes. That's the only bit that kind of sticks out to me that was painful. When I came home, it definitely did hurt more, but that's because I was off of the morphine. It's weird because you have to kind of build up your strength again. Like I couldn't lay flat on my back, I had to kind of try and sleep sitting up, which is hard. It was hard in the fact that obviously like I couldn't do simple things on my own. Like when I'd go to the toilet, I couldn't like wipe myself. I couldn't really bath myself, so I had to help. I had to get help with all of those things. That was hard. I had to have, it ended up being I think like 8 weeks off of work. Yeah, things like that were hard. And like when I had to go get my dressings, like when I had to go get like the wounds cleaned and the dressings changed like every few weeks, like that was painful. But I think my recovery was quite good. But like I say, like I was 18, so I think my age definitely helped. I literally talk about everything on my boob reduction video, so go check that out. I'd love to know more about endometriosis and your breast reduction. Who knew? Okay, so like I said, I can do a separate video on endometriosis if you guys want that, because there's a lot to it. A lot of people still don't really understand it. They don't really know. There's always new things that I'm learning about it too. Obviously I'm not an expert. Even doctors, they still are learning about it. Yeah, but basically I will read you the description. Endometriosis is a long-term condition, so there's no cure, where tissue similar to the lining of the womb grows in other places, such as your ovaries and fallopian tubes. It includes like getting pain in your lower tummy and back, severe period pain, pain during and after sex. You can have surgery, but it grows back. It's still not clear what causes endometriosis. It could be linked to like your genes or problems with your immune system. They just do not really know. I'm trying to bring a lot of awareness around it at the moment. Post that I posted a few weeks ago on my Instagram when I had my MRI. Obviously there's a lot of problems that come with endometriosis, which is like I think the thing that scares a lot of people. Infertility being one of them is obviously one of the things that come some of the time with people that have endometriosis. Obviously a lot of people with endometriosis can conceive naturally. A lot of people end up going through IVF. I'd love to know more about breast reduction, who knew? Well, thanks, because then it's good to know that you can't really notice that I had something done. I knew that I wanted it done from a very, very young age. It was very painful for me, like my back. I was very insecure about the things that I could wear. So I got a breast reduction. I did get it on the NHS. Like I said, I was 18. Yeah, I don't regret it one bit. I love my boobs now. They're symmetrical and I don't have to wear a bra. I'm not wearing a bra right now and it's fab. All I want to say is, if you're thinking about getting any type of cosmetic surgery, really, really think about it. I knew I wanted it done for years. Since I was probably about 12, I knew that I wanted it done. How have you found lockdown and not working? Well, not working is a bit strange because, like I said a couple of weeks ago, I was meant to be doing my yearly exams and obviously that didn't go ahead. We don't know when we're going back or even doing our exams. To be honest, the first couple of weeks I was fine. It was very weird because I'm normally always at the house, like either at the cinema or shopping or eating out. I'm normally always out, so that was weird, but in a way it was quite nice. Just being at home, being able to properly clean through my things, sort out my clothes, like spring clean, get loads of things on Depop that I've been trying to do for ages, just sorting out things that I've been putting off, and like baking and doing things that made me happy. But after a few weeks, it's getting a bit draining. It is a very scary time. None of us have been through this before. Not even our grandparents have been through something like this before. It's hard not being able to see your family. I normally see my nan and granddad like all the time, at least once a week. Obviously I haven't seen them, but you've just got to try and find the positive. What's the first thing you're going to do after lockdown? Okay, so I was actually thinking about this and I told my mum and my boyfriend Billy what I'm going to do, and this is my day. So I'm going to wake up and then I'm going to go for brunch at this place called the Waffle House in St Albans. It is amazing, so good. And then I'm going to head over to Watford to the Endo because they've got a massive Primark there and it's so good and I miss my Primark. Okay, so I'm going to go there, spend all the money, and then after that also I will grab a shake from Shakeaway, an Oreo milkshake. I will go to the cinema and get some nachos, Tango Ice Blast. Hopefully it'll be a good film out. And maybe in the evening go out for drinks with some of my girls, like to either a club or a cocktail bar or something, because I need to see my girls. What is my favourite cocktail? Okay, so I have two. One of them I'm drinking right now, porn star Martini, but like a proper one. And my second favourite cocktail is a pina colada, and that just reminds me of holiday. What's your workout routine? Your body is insane. One, thank you. To be honest, I don't really have a routine. I don't really do much cardio, which a lot of people would know. I find it very boring. I have been trying to do more, so I have been trying to go on a few more jogs. All of my workouts are really like weight based. Something I do every day apart from my rest days is yoga. 100% I would try yoga. I wanted to originally do it to get my flexibility up, which it's definitely helped my flexibility, but it's so good for your mind. It helps with meditation. 100% try yoga if you haven't. I focus on something new every day and I just kind of do what I feel like I want to do, because if I wake up in the morning and I've planned to do, say, abs, but I wake up and I'm like, I really don't want to do abs, I'd rather do bum. Like, I don't want to feel like that. So whenever I wake up, I just think, what do I want to do today? And then I'll do that. I normally either go on Pinterest and type in, like, say if I'm doing a butt workout, I'll type in butt workouts, or ab workouts, or arm workouts, stuff like that. Or I will type it on YouTube, like ab workouts, stuff like that, bum workouts, back workouts. I would definitely say don't stick to one routine and don't stick to just one place on your body. Like, I know a lot of people just want to build their bums and their abs. Do not stick to it, because your body needs to be proportioned. I do like one day arms, one day back, one day abs, one day bum, one day legs. So yeah, that is what I do, and maybe try it. Best trip to Disney, definitely my 2018 trip. Guys, I just spilled my drink all over me. I'm a bloody mess. Can you see? Definitely 2018. It was October 2018, October to November. It was a 3-week trip. It was amazing. We did Halloween Horror Nights for the first time. I did Mickey's Not So Scary for the first time. Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party for the first time. That was, I'm talking a million miles per hour. That was definitely the best Disney trip I've ever been on, and Billy really enjoyed it. That's why we actually booked to go back September of this year, because Billy actually loves Food and Wine Festival in Epcot and loved Halloween Horror Nights. I loved Halloween Horror Nights. So yeah, hopefully it goes ahead. If not, we'll just postpone it to next September. Funniest memory on a night out. Every night out is a funny memory, to be honest. When I was like 18, 19, I was going out 3 times a week, no joke. I'd go out on a Wednesday because it'd be called Cheeky Wednesdays, and I'd go out on a Friday and a Saturday night. The club that I used to go to when I was younger, it was super cheap. The drinks were like £2.50, the shots were like £1. It was so good. Every night we went there, it was such a good night. And there's always drama in the smoking area. Why is that? Why is there always some drama? That doesn't really answer your question, favourite memory on a night out, but I don't have one specific one. And to be honest, if I did, I'm probably too drunk to remember. If you had to choose one makeup product which you couldn't live without, what would it be? I think it'd be mascara, because I feel like I could go without brows, because I'm naturally dark, so my brows are naturally dark anyway. They don't really look much different. Yeah, like sometimes I don't like wearing foundation or concealer anyway, or highlighter. But if it's highlighter, it'd be cream highlighter, because I wouldn't be wearing any foundation. And if you want a specific mascara, it'd be the Marc Jacobs mascara. What's your worst flight experience? Okay, so my worst flight experience, I think I have 2. One, this man was very drunk, and he was very verbally abusive to all of us. We were trying to obviously calm him down. The pilot came out and was trying to talk to him, swearing so loud in front of everyone. There was kids on the plane and everything. He was super drunk. That was really scary. We did actually have to call the police. So, and then number 2 is that someone actually, there was a medical incident on board, and I don't really want to go into much detail, but I think the lady had a miscarriage and she was with her family, and there was blood, and yeah, it was very scary. That was one of my first flights. It wasn't my first, but it was one of the first. They were very upset, obviously. The ambulance had to come and meet us. Was the breast reduction painful? In the hospital, it wasn't really painful at all, because I was on morphine. The only painful thing was the tubes. When I came out of the hospital, yeah, it was painful for a little bit. How was the cabin crew process? Okay, it's quite a long process. What you do is you first initially submit your application interest, is what they call it. So you just put like your full name, your age and your email address to basically say you're interested in this role. And then once the application comes out, they will send you a formal application. So then you fill it in like a normal application form, like all your details, and add in your CV and stuff like that. Work experience, blah blah blah, GCSE levels, blah, all of that stuff. If you get through that round, then you have to have a, well, I did with my company, you had to have a video interview. So basically they asked you a few questions over video chat and you had to answer them. And then you submitted that, and if you got through that round, then you got invited to the assessment day. And the assessment day is when you go into like the HQ of the company, and you have a one-to-one interview where they it's like a normal interview. They properly interview you one-to-one, and they have group interviews because there's like loads of you there on that day, and it basically lasts 9 till 5. I was there 9 to 5. I had to do 2 exams, a maths exam, English exam. I had to write out a PA and read it in front of everyone, no one I knew. You have to do like scenarios, you have to act out scenarios, and then you do the one-to-one. And then once you've done that, then they'll get back to you whether you're successful or you're not. They got back to me about 2-3 weeks later after that, and I was successful. After that, I was put into the talent pool. And then when you're in the talent pool, some of you don't get chosen until like a few years time. It's just how many they need at that time. It's quite a long process, and it's very dark right now. Shall I put a light on? Ooh, sorry, the lighting is very bad right now. Tell me your guys' favourite Disney movie, because I would like to know. I have Disney Plus, and we've been watching a lot of Disney films. I didn't actually know there was a third Cinderella, but we watched it. It was okay. But yeah, tell me your guys' recommendations. I've been watching The Imagineering Story, Disney Weddings. Oh my god, Disney Weddings makes me cry. What's your all-time favourite memory? One of them definitely being getting the call when I was at work at BMW and finding out that I'd got the job for cabin crew. That was my dream job, and to know that I had got it when I know that it is a hard job to get. I look blue. Why do I look blue? Another one was taking Billy to Disney World for the very first time back in 2017. He had never been to Orlando, Florida before, and it is like my second home. So when we went there for the first time, that was like very special. I'll never forget it. We did like the whole thing. We went swimming with dolphins and everything, and that was amazing. My training for crew, that was an amazing time in my life. Guys, I'm sorry, this is probably such a long video and I am very tipsy right now. Thank you if you stuck around for this video. Appreciate you. Favourite series to binge watch? RuPaul's Drag Race. I could watch every single season back to back. And also Riverdale. Dream holiday destinations. Oh my god. Okay, so Orlando obviously, but I go there all the time. Bahamas. I've been there once and I loved it. I've always said, I think for my honeymoon, I'd like to go there again. I'd love to go to Santorini too. Mykonos, I'd love to go to Mykonos too. I think that is all my questions. In particular videos you want to see, let me know. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.